Okay, in this video we're going to be checking out a couple new products here, a new motor and a new 6S Lipo. And you can see here it's a Hobbymate branded motor, 2305 and 1800 kV. So this is meant for 6S on a 5-inch prop. I believe you could probably go to a bigger prop like a 7-inch and do 4S. That'll probably be for a later video. Interesting that they chose the 2305 size instead of the 2306. Usually you see like a 2306 1700 to 1750 kV, so they upped the kV a little bit and made the stator size a little bit smaller. It's a very low profile motor here. Take a look at the battery here in a second and just look at the motor. It's an overall very nice looking motor. It's very smooth. Of all the motors I've had here, including the ones I've already installed on my quad, all the bearings are very smooth, and take a closer look at single-stranded copper wire, very tight air gap there, and I think these are curved magnets. They're not super thick. The motor is not like very notchy, so it's not like very strong magnets. And it's made by, it's actually manufactured by RCN Power, so they're kind of known for notchy motors, so this is kind of a little bit unexpected. It's very smooth sounding motor, and yeah, let me just give you a little sample clip of what the motors sound like. Yeah, so the motors are really nice, smooth sounding. They should sound pretty good in the air. I haven't actually gotten this in the air yet, but take a look at the top here, and it's kind of difficult to see, but yeah, it looks like the top's pretty close to the windings there, so not a lot of space. That's why it's kind of low profile. And we do have a hollow shaft with a set screw on the bottom. It does include a set of mounting screws, M3 screws of course. The motor wire length is about 6 inches and it's 20 gauge wire. And you can see here I have it already installed on this frame here. This is the Tau, actually the Tau H5 frame with the 7-inch arms. So actually we'll be running 5-inch props for this particular for this video on 6S, but you could run this on 7-inch props if you want to test. I might test that later, so I kind of want to go with the bigger props, but I kind of want to see what the handling was like on a wider frame here. So that might have a little bit of influence on the way the video looks. Just going to be running standard FPV video, no GoPro in this one, just see how the motors handles. This is a bottom-mounted battery frame. And by the way, the stack I'm using in here is that do-it-yourself I sort of hacked together stack with a flight controller and a separate 4-in-1 EC. They're both 6S capable. Did a video on that, putting that together. It's fairly inexpensive. I think right now it's like around $65. So if you're looking for a 6S stack, check out that video. There'll be a card in the corner for that. Another thing I should mention is if you buy a set of, I think 4 of these motors right now, it's currently on promotion, you'll get a free frame, and I'll put a link to all the motors in the frame and everything in the description. But if you buy a set of 4 of these, then they're going to throw in a free 5-inch frame. I think it's like the value is like around $40 or $50 for that frame. It's going to be their new, it's a new frame that they just came out with, a StretchX racing frame. Not the frame that you see here. This is made by a different company, iFlight RC. But yeah, check the link in the description and click the link to that frame and see what that frame looks like. If you buy a set of 4 of these, you can get a free frame included with the motors. Okay, so let's give you a weight measurement on the motor here with the wire and the nut, coming at 31.775 grams. And then take a quick look at the battery here before we show you the flight demo. 6S Lipo, pretty thin packs here, and it's kind of similar in size to, or in dimensions to, like a 4S Lipo. And let me just give you the dimensions. Alright, the width is 33.9 millimeters. The height's 34.6 millimeters. The length is 72.3 millimeters. And the weight comes in at 165.9, 166 grams. And the battery is made by this company called Extreme Power. It's sold at the Hobby Cool website. Obviously 6S here, and 90C is the rating on the battery, which should be adequate. This usually 6S doesn't draw as much amps, and this is the battery lead, pretty long, decent length, and the gauge isn't super thick here. I think this is, I believe, 16 gauge wire. Anyway, yeah, so I'll go ahead and show you the stuff in action, the battery plus the motors. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below on the 2305 size, the interesting sizes they chose. I think they went for a little lighter weight and possibly similar power. I have no idea. We'll find out when I do the flight demo, and you'll be able to hear what these motors sound like in the air and the kind of power it's going to pull. Okay, so we're just going to start off this with some default PIDs on Betaflight 351 and see how it does. Might have to adjust it. Pretty windy right now. Just getting a feel for this. I can tell it's got a lot of power available. Yeah, there's a little bit of full throttle. All right, a little bit of oscillation there and full throttle. But not bad for default PIDs. Yeah, I didn't change anything. Yeah, not much prop wash either. These motors are pretty smooth. So let's see how this battery does. I'm not too familiar with it. On that punch out, got a bit of a sag. 3.8 volts now. Let's try another one. A little bit, 3.8 to 3.6, not too bad. The video transmitter on here is not bad at all. I think I'm only at 25 milliwatts. I'm running the Fox Serial Lollipop antennas. Yeah, I'm running the Cyclone 5051 props. A little bit faster, I think. So I think the top end on this motor is a little bit less than 2306, which is about what I expected. But the power is very smooth. It gets up to like a sort of a maximum speed and then just kind of stays there. I think because the battery is sagging down to about 3.6 volts or so. See if I can get the battery to come back a little bit. So I'm only about 3 minutes of flight here. A lot of punch outs. Yeah, power loop. Going backwards into the wind. Got some fluttering there. Yeah, this frame's not really meant to be a racer, and I'm running 7-inch arms right now too. So, but in terms of agility, not a whole lot of difference. I think it's a little slower on the rolls. Yeah, it's still a little bit slower. Might have to bump the rates up if I want to do acro with this, but not really that interested in doing acro with such a large wingspan. But yeah, I should probably calibrate the current sensor. See how many milliamps I'm drawing, but still 3.65 volts. Not bad, and 3 minutes and 45 seconds about. But overall, very smooth. The motor's pretty smooth anyway, but not what I expected. You can see, and more surprisingly, no tuning needed, which is great. No tuning on this flight, so this setup with the 6S DY, the do-it-yourself stack, working out pretty good so far. Down to 3.6 volts now. Okay, now we're getting to the bottom of the battery now. At about almost 5 minutes of flight, 3.5 volts, go ahead and land it now. So, pretty impressed with these motors. Smooth, easy to tune. Top end power is obviously less than the 2306 motor, it's lighter. Not so sure about extra battery life or anything like that. But it's not too bad. Alright, I'm getting a low battery warning. Voltage dying quick.